One thing I've been hearing a lot from people is when they hear talk about education funding, most people assume they need North Attleboro Public Schools, and sometimes information is presented and they'll say education funding was 52%, but that includes Tri-County money. And not to take away from Tri-County, but our focus here is North Attleboro Public Schools, and so North Attleboro Public Schools didn't represent 52% or 51.9% of the spending, so just want to make sure that's clear, that we're really dialed in on North Attleboro Public Schools.
52% or 51.9% is actually North Attleboro Public Schools. That is straight out of the budget by each department based on a $113 million budget. The 62% represents when the town pays for Tri-County, not the school department. So Tri-County comes to an average tuition of about $3.8 million every year, subject to operational costs. And then the added incurred cost of the MSBA project for the new Tri-County High School. And this next year, based on our population, an additional $2.7 million. So that Tri-County alone accounts for about 6.5, almost $7 million in costs that are paid by the town. The other education costs that I talked about are associated with the town's health insurance. Right, so when we pay health insurance for all the employees, it includes the teachers and everybody else.
I'm still boggled by the reserve number that I saw for the school reserve fund is $5,773,434. So I'm hearing tonight from the superintendent that this isn't real money, and yet it's in an account and it grows from year to year, and it's in a non-interest bearing account. So I'm hearing that it's not really available to you. I don't understand why it grows from every year, and I don't understand why it's in a non-interest bearing account where you could use the interest alone to buy, say, Chromebooks. I'd like to understand, because I keep hearing, oh, it's not real money, and yet there's an account where it grows from year to year, and it's $5.8 million, where our free cash is around $617. I mean, it's almost equal to the whole town's free cash. So let's start with that.
Yeah, I appreciate the question. I actually have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what account you're talking about something. We can't just tap into those random accounts because most of it's one-time revenue for a very specific purpose. Again, parking fees. What am I going to? I can't pay for recurring revenue with one year's of parking.
I know Tri-County it's separate from what you're here representing, but it's still council looking at education for the town. And last year, the budget increase from 25 to 26 went up 8% for education. It went up 1.5 for public safety and 1.9 for public works. So I just want to highlight that we care very much about education in this town. All we can do as council, and the town manager has no control over that. It's a bottom line. We can't say how it's spent. I appreciate what we do. I think our staffing is amazing, but we now have, it's my understanding from listening to the school committee meetings, we now have the highest paid superintendent in the area, and we've got a significant increase for the assistant superintendent, yet our teachers are still down around 15%. As I realize it's collective bargaining, but that's an important point. I think that our teachers remain at the very low end, and we now have administrators on the top.